Have you ever been in a situation where you needed to speak English, but you didn't know what to say? Maybe you were at a restaurant and couldn't order your food, or at a store trying to return something, or at the doctor's office trying to explain what was wrong. It's a terrible feeling, isn't it? You know English, you've studied grammar and vocabulary, but in the real moment, your mind goes blank. You freeze. You don't know what words to use. Well, today, I have good news for you. We're going to prepare you for every common situation you might face in English. By the end of this lesson, you'll have the phrases, the confidence, and the knowledge to handle restaurants, shops, doctor's visits, travel situations, and so much more. Hi, I'm Sadie, and welcome to the Artificial Fluency Podcast. I upload new videos to our channel every day for you to learn and grow. Don't forget to support me so I can continue doing this. You can help me see our channel in front of more people by subscribing, becoming a member, liking, and commenting on each of my videos. Please don't forget to do these. Today's episode is one of the most practical lessons I've ever created. We're going to cover real situations you'll actually face, and I'll teach you exactly what to say. Let's get started. Let's begin with one of the most common situations, eating at a restaurant. Whether you're traveling or living in an English-speaking country, you'll need to know how to order food confidently. First, when you arrive at a restaurant, the host or hostess will greet you. They might say, "How many people?" or "Table for how many?" You can simply answer with the number. 2, please, or 4 people. If you have a reservation, you can say, "I have a reservation under Smith," using your last name, of course. Under means in the name of in this context. Once you're seated, the server will come to your table. Here's what usually happens. The server says, "Hi, I'm Jessica. I'll be taking care of you today. Can I start you off with some drinks?" You can respond, "Yes, I'd like a glass of water, please." Or, "Could I have an iced tea?" Notice I used "I'd like" and "could I have." These are polite ways to ask for something. Don't just say "water" or "tea." That sounds rude. Always add "please" and use these polite phrases. When you're ready to order food, the server will ask, "Are you ready to order?" or "What can I get for you?" Here are some useful phrases for ordering. "I'll have the chicken salad, please." "Could I get the pasta with extra cheese?" "What do you recommend?" This means, "What's good here?" "What comes with that?" This asks what sides or extras are included. If you have dietary restrictions or allergies, you need to tell the server. You can say, "I'm allergic to peanuts. Does this dish contain peanuts?" "I'm vegetarian. Do you have any vegetarian options?" "I'm lactose intolerant. Can you make this without dairy?" At the end of the meal, you'll need to ask for the bill. In American English, we say the check. In British English, it's the bill. You can say, "Could we have the check, please?" Or, "Can I get the bill when you have a chance?" And when you're ready to leave, you can say, "Thank you, that was delicious." Or simply, "Thanks, have a good day." Now let's talk about going to the doctor. This can be stressful in your own language and even more challenging in English. But don't worry, I'll teach you exactly what you need to know. When you arrive at the doctor's office, you'll check in at the reception desk. The receptionist will say, "What's your name?" or "Who are you here to see?" You respond, "I have an appointment with Dr. Johnson at 2 p.m." or "I'm here for a 2 o'clock appointment." If it's your first visit, they'll ask you to fill out some forms with your medical history. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You can say, "I'm not sure what this question means. Could you help me?" When the doctor comes in, they'll usually start by asking, "What brings you in today?" This means, "Why are you here?" or "What's the problem?" Here's how to describe common symptoms. "I have a headache," or "My head hurts." "I have a sore throat." Sore means painful. "I've been coughing a lot." "I feel dizzy." Dizzy means like everything is spinning. "I have a fever." A fever is when your body temperature is too high. "I've been feeling nauseous." Nauseous means you feel like you might vomit. You can also describe when the symptoms started. "It started yesterday." "I've been feeling this way for 3 days." "It comes and goes." This means it happens sometimes, but not always. If the doctor uses medical terms you don't understand, don't pretend to understand. Say, "I'm sorry. Could you explain that in simpler terms?" "What does that mean exactly?" "Could you write that down for me?" At the end, the doctor might prescribe medication. Important questions to ask. How often should I take this? Should I take it with food? Are there any side effects? Side effects are unwanted effects of medication. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Let's move on to shopping situations. These are very common and important to know. When you enter a store, an employee might approach you and say, "Can I help you find anything?" Or, "Are you looking for something specific?" If you're just browsing, you can say, "I'm just looking, thanks." Or, "I'm just browsing, thank you." If you need help, you can say, "Yes, I'm looking for a blue sweater in size medium. Do you have this in a different size? Where can I find the shoes?" When you're ready to buy something, you go to the checkout or register. The cashier will say, "Did you find everything you needed?" You can simply say, "Yes, thank you," or "Yes, this is all." They'll tell you the total. That'll be $24.50. Or, "Your total is $24.50. If you want to pay by card, you can ask, "Do you take credit cards?" Most places do, but it's good to check. Now, let's talk about returning items. This can be tricky, but it's an important skill. When you want to return something, go to the customer service desk and say, "I'd like to return this, please." Or, "I bought this yesterday, but it doesn't fit. This item is defective. Can I get a refund?" Defective means broken or not working properly. A refund is when they give you your money back. Make sure you have your receipt. The employee will ask, "Do you have your receipt?" Always keep receipts for things you might need to return. They might ask why you're returning it. Common reasons: "It doesn't fit," "It's not what I expected," "I changed my mind," "It's the wrong color," "It stopped working." They'll usually offer you two options. Would you like a refund or an exchange? An exchange means you get a different item instead. You can say, "I'd like a refund, please," or "Can I exchange it for a different size?" Getting lost is something that happens to everyone, especially when traveling. Knowing how to ask for and understand directions in English is crucial. The most basic way to ask for directions is, "Excuse me, how do I get to the train station? Could you tell me how to get to the museum? Where's the nearest bank?" People might give you directions in several ways. Let me teach you the common words and phrases. Go straight means continue in the same direction. Turn right or left means change direction to the right or left. At the corner means where two streets meet. At the traffic light or at the stoplight means where the signal lights are. Past means after you go by something. Go past the park. Block is the distance between two streets. It's 3 blocks away. Here's an example of directions. Go straight for 2 blocks. Turn right at the traffic light. The bank is on your left, just past the coffee shop. If you don't understand, don't be afraid to ask them to repeat. "I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Could you speak a bit slower, please? I'm not from here. Could you show me on a map?" You can also ask about distance. How far is it? Can I walk there, or should I take a taxi? Is it walking distance? This means, can I get there by walking? Common responses about distance. It's about a 10-minute walk. It's pretty far. You should take the bus. It's just around the corner. This means very close. Always remember to say thank you or thanks so much for your help after someone gives you directions. Sometimes things go wrong, and you need to complain or report a problem. In English, it's very important to be polite, even when you're upset. Let me teach you how to complain effectively and politely. First, the basic structure of a polite complaint. Explain the problem clearly. Say what you'd like to happen. Be polite and calm. Here are some phrases to start a complaint. "Excuse me, I have a problem with." "I'm sorry to bother you, but." "There seems to be an issue with." Let's look at specific situations. Problem with a hotel room. "Excuse me, there's a problem with my room. The air conditioning isn't working. Could someone come take a look at it?" Or, "I'm sorry, but the room is quite noisy. Is it possible to change to a quieter room?" Problem with food at a restaurant. "I'm sorry, but this isn't what I ordered. I asked for the chicken, not the fish." Or, "Excuse me, this soup is cold. Could you warm it up, please?" Problem with service. "I've been waiting for 30 minutes. Could you check on my order?" Or, "I called yesterday and was told my package would be ready today, but it's not here. Can you help me figure out what happened?" Important phrases for complaints. "I understand it's not your fault, but." "I'd appreciate it if you could." "Is there anything you can do about this?" "I'd like to speak with a manager, please." Only use this if the situation is serious and not resolved. Remember, being polite will get you better results than being angry. Even if you're frustrated, stay calm and respectful. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Traveling involves lots of English interactions, so let's prepare you for airports and hotels. At the airport, when you check in for your flight, the airline agent will ask, "Can I see your passport and ticket, please?" Are you checking any bags? This means bags that go in the airplane cargo. Did you pack your bags yourself? Do your bags contain any prohibited items? You should know these words. Boarding pass. the paper or electronic ticket you need to get on the plane. Gate, the area where you board the plane. Carry-on, a small bag you take on the plane with you. Checked baggage, bags that go under the plane. Useful questions to ask. Which gate is my flight at? What time does boarding begin? Is my flight on time? At security, you'll need to take off your shoes, belt, and jacket, put your bags on the conveyor belt, walk through the metal detector. If security asks you to do something, common phrases are, please step through the detector. Please remove your laptop from your bag. Please step aside for additional screening. At the hotel. When you check in at a hotel, the receptionist will say, do you have a reservation? Can I see your ID and credit card, please? You're in room 305 on the 3rd floor. Useful questions for hotel staff. What time is breakfast? Is there Wi-Fi in the room? What's the password? Do you have a gym or pool? Can I get a wake-up call at 7 a.m.? Where's the ice machine? If you need something in your room, could I get some extra towels? I need more pillows, please. The TV remote isn't working. Could someone look at it? When checking out, I'd like to check out, please. Can I leave my bags here until later? Many hotels will store your luggage. I hope you never need this, but it's important to know what to say in emergency situations. Medical emergency. If someone is hurt or sick, call emergency services, 911 in the U.S. I need an ambulance. Someone is injured. A person is unconscious. Unconscious means not awake. They'll ask you questions. What's your location? What's the emergency? Is the person breathing? Stay calm and answer clearly. Lost or stolen items. If something is stolen, go to the police station and say, I need to report a theft. Theft means when something is stolen. My wallet was stolen. I lost my passport. They'll ask, when did this happen? Where were you when it happened? Can you describe the item? For a lost passport, you should also contact your embassy or consulate. Asking for help. If you're in trouble, don't be afraid to ask for help. Help! Someone help me! Call the police! I need help, please! Can someone call an ambulance? Other useful emergency phrases. Get back! Tell people to move away from danger. Watch out! Warning someone of immediate danger. Stop! To make someone stop what they're doing. I really hope you never need these phrases, but it's good to know them just in case. Let's review some of the most important vocabulary from today's lesson. These words and phrases will help you in many different situations. Restaurant vocabulary. Reservation. Booking a table in advance. Server. Waiter. Waitress. Person who takes your order. Check. Bill. Paper showing how much you need to pay. Side dish. Food that comes with your main meal. Doctor vocabulary. Symptoms. Signs that you're sick, like fever, cough. Prescription. Written order for medicine. Allergic. Having a bad reaction to something. Sore. Painful. Shopping vocabulary. Browse. To look around without buying. Receipt. Paper proof of purchase. Refund. Getting your money back. Exchange. Trading one item for another. Direction vocabulary. Straight. In the same direction, not turning. Corner. Where two streets meet. Block. Distance between streets. Past. Beyond or after something. Travel vocabulary. Check in. register at hotel or airport, boarding pass, ticket to get on plane, gate, where you board the plane, luggage, baggage, your bags and suitcases, general useful phrases, excuse me, to get someone's attention politely, I'm sorry, to apologize, could you help me, asking for assistance, thank you so much, showing appreciation. These are the building blocks for handling any situation in English. Now, I want to talk about building confidence for real situations. The most important thing is to practice before you need to use these phrases. Don't wait until you're at a restaurant to think about what to say. Practice at home. Say the phrases out loud. Imagine yourself in the situation. Here are some practice tips. Role play. Imagine different scenarios and practice the conversations. You can do this alone in front of a mirror or with a friend. Write it down. If you're nervous about a specific situation, like going to the doctor, write down the key phrases you might need. Keep them in your phone to review before you go. Start simple. You don't need to speak perfectly. Even if you just say, "Restaurant, please," to a taxi driver, they'll understand. It's okay to start with simple English and build from there. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. Most people will be patient and help you if you're having trouble. The important thing is to try. Use body language. If you can't remember a word, you can point or gesture. Communication isn't just about words. Carry a translation app. If you're really stuck, it's okay to use your phone, but try to speak first and use the app as a backup. Remember, every conversation you have in English is practice. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for communication. And here's a secret. Most native English speakers are impressed when someone speaks to them in English, even with mistakes. They appreciate the effort, so be proud of yourself for trying. We've covered a lot today. From restaurants to doctors, shopping to travel, complaining to emergencies. You now have the tools to handle almost any situation in English. The key is preparation and practice. Review these phrases regularly. Practice them out loud. And when the real moment comes, take a deep breath and go for it. You're more prepared than you think. I hope this episode gave you confidence and practical knowledge you can use right away. If you have questions about any specific situation, leave a comment and let me know. I'd love to help. Remember, I upload new lessons every single day, so subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. We're building your English skills one day at a time. Thank you for spending 30 minutes with me today. You're doing great, and I'm proud of you for learning and growing. Keep practicing, stay confident, and I'll see you in tomorrow's lesson. This is Sadie from the Artificial Fluency Podcast. Until next time, go out there and use your English with confidence.
What time do you wake up in the morning? And what's the first thing you do? These are simple questions, but they're perfect for practicing English. Today, we're going to talk about something we all do every single day, our daily routine. A daily routine is the things you do every day, like waking up, eating breakfast, going to work or school, and going to bed. These activities are part of your daily routine. Hi, I'm Sadie, and welcome to the Artificial Fluency Podcast. I upload new videos to our channel every day for you to learn and grow. Don't forget to support me so I can continue doing this. You can help me see our channel in front of more people by subscribing, becoming a member, liking, and commenting on each of my videos. Please don't forget to do these. Today's lesson is special. I'm going to tell you about my daily routine, from morning to night, and I'll teach you the English words and phrases you need to talk about your own routine. This is basic English that you can use every day in conversations. Are you ready? Let's start with the morning. Let me tell you about my morning routine. My morning routine is what I do every morning. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. Wake up means to stop sleeping and open your eyes. 7 in the morning is a good time for me, not too early, not too late. When I wake up, the first thing I do is stretch. Stretch means to move your body and arms, like this, making your body longer and looser. Stretching feels good. It helps me feel more awake. After I stretch, I get out of bed. Get out of bed means to leave your bed and stand up. I don't stay in bed too long because I have things to do. Then I go to the bathroom. In the bathroom, I wash my face with water. This makes me feel fresh and clean. Then I brush my teeth. Everyone should brush their teeth in the morning. It's very important for your health. After that, I get dressed. Get dressed means to put on your clothes. I choose comfortable clothes for the day. Maybe jeans and a t-shirt, or a nice dress if I have something special to do. Now, let me ask you a question. What time do you wake up? Do you wake up early, like 6 a.m.? Or do you wake up later, like 8 or 9 a.m.? There's no right or wrong answer. Everyone is different. After I get dressed, I go to the kitchen. The kitchen is where we prepare food. And what do I do in the kitchen? I make breakfast. Breakfast is the first meal of the day. Meal means food that you eat at a specific time, like breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Breakfast is very important because it gives you energy for the day. What do I eat for breakfast? Well, I usually eat something simple. Sometimes I eat toast with butter. Toast is bread that is heated until it's brown and crispy. I put butter on top, and it's delicious. Other times I eat oatmeal. Oatmeal is a hot cereal made from oats. It's warm and filling. I like to add some fruit on top, like bananas or berries. And of course, I drink something in the morning. I usually drink coffee. Coffee helps me wake up and feel alert. Alert means awake and ready. But some people don't like coffee. That's okay. You can drink tea, juice, or just water. While I eat breakfast, I sometimes check my phone. I look at messages from my friends or read the news. But I try not to spend too much time on my phone. It's better to enjoy your breakfast and start the day calmly. After breakfast, I feel ready to start my day. My morning routine is complete. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Let's take a quick break and review the important words we just learned about morning routines. These are useful words you can use every day. Wake up. This means to stop sleeping. Example, I wake up at 7 a.m. every day. Stretch. To move your body and make your muscles longer. Example, I stretch every morning to feel awake. Get out of bed. To leave your bed and stand up. Example, after I wake up, I get out of bed. Wash your face. To clean your face with water. Example, I wash my face with cold water in the morning. Brush your teeth. To clean your teeth with a toothbrush. Example, don't forget to brush your teeth after breakfast. Get dressed. To put on your clothes. Example, I get dressed before breakfast. Make breakfast. To prepare your morning food. Example, my mom makes breakfast for the family. Toast. Bread that is heated until brown. Example, I eat toast with butter for breakfast. Oatmeal. A hot cereal made from oats. Example, oatmeal is healthy and filling. Alert. Awake and ready to do things. Example, coffee makes me feel alert in the morning. These are all simple words, but they're very useful. Try to use them when you talk about your morning. Now let's talk about the afternoon. The afternoon is the time between 12 p.m., which is noon, and 6 p.m., which is the evening. This is usually the busiest part of my day. During the afternoon, I work. I work from home, so I stay in my house. My work is creating these English lessons for you. I sit at my desk and use my computer. But let me tell you something important. During the afternoon, I don't work all the time without stopping. That would be very tiring. Instead, I take breaks. Take a break means to stop working for a short time to rest. Breaks are very important. They help you stay focused and keep your energy. What do I do during my breaks? Sometimes I stand up and walk around my house. Sometimes I do some stretching exercises. Sometimes I go outside for fresh air. These small breaks help me feel better. Around 12 or 1 p.m., I stop working to eat lunch. Lunch is the meal in the middle of the day. It's usually bigger than breakfast, but smaller than dinner. For lunch, I usually eat something light and healthy, maybe a salad with vegetables, or a sandwich with chicken or tuna. Sometimes I eat soup with bread. I like to eat foods that give me energy but don't make me feel too full. After lunch, I rest for about 15 or 20 minutes. I don't work right away. This short rest helps me feel ready for the afternoon. After my lunch break, I go back to work. Go back to means to return to something, so I return to my work. The afternoon is when I do my most important work. I'm focused and productive. Focused means giving all your attention to something. Productive means doing a lot of good work. But I want to tell you something. The afternoon can be difficult sometimes. Around 3 or 4 p.m., many people feel tired. This is called an afternoon slump. Slump means a time when your energy goes down. How do I deal with the afternoon slump? I have some strategies. First, I drink water. Drinking water is very important. It helps your body and brain work better. I always have a bottle of water on my desk. Second, I might have a small snack. A snack is a small amount of food you eat between meals. I usually eat something healthy, like fruit, nuts, or yogurt. This gives me a little energy boost. Third, if I feel really tired, I take another short break. Maybe I walk around for 5 minutes, or I do some simple exercises. Movement helps wake up your body and mind. By 5 or 6 p.m., I finish my work. Finish means to complete or end something. I close my computer and my workday is done. Now it's time for the evening. Let's review the afternoon vocabulary. These words will help you talk about the middle of your day. Afternoon, the time between noon and evening, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. I work in the afternoon. Take a break, to stop working for a short time to rest. Let's take a break for 10 minutes. Lunch, the meal you eat in the middle of the day. I eat lunch at 1 p.m. Light, not heavy, a small amount. I eat a light lunch so I don't feel too full. Go back to return to something. After lunch, I go back to work. Focused, giving all your attention to something. I'm focused on my studies. Productive, doing a lot of good work. I was very productive today. Slump, a time when energy goes down. I always feel an afternoon slump around 3 p.m. Snack, a small amount of food between meals. I eat an apple as a healthy snack. Finish, to complete or end something. I finish work at 6 p.m. Great job learning these words. You're doing really well. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Now let's talk about my evening routine. The evening starts around 6 or 7 p.m. This is my favorite part of the day because I can relax. Relax means to rest and feel calm. After working all day, relaxing is very important. Your body and mind need time to rest. First, I make dinner. Dinner is the last meal of the day. I usually eat dinner between 7 and 8 p.m. What do I cook for dinner? I like to make simple, healthy meals. Sometimes I cook pasta with vegetables. Sometimes I make rice with chicken or fish. Sometimes I make a stir-fry with lots of colorful vegetables. I enjoy cooking. It's relaxing for me. I put on some music and cook while listening to my favorite songs. Cooking doesn't feel like work when you enjoy it. After dinner, I clean the dishes. Clean the dishes means to wash the plates, cups, and cooking tools you used. It's not my favorite activity, but it's necessary. A clean kitchen makes me feel good. Then I have some free time. Free time means time when you can do what you want. No work, no responsibilities, just time for yourself. What do I do in my free time? Sometimes I watch TV or a movie. Sometimes I read a book. Sometimes I call my family or friends to chat. Sometimes I just sit and listen to music. This free time is very important. It helps me unwind. Unwind means to relax and let go of stress. After a busy day, we all need time to unwind. Around 9 or 10 p.m., I start getting ready for bed. Getting ready for bed means preparing to sleep. What do I do to get ready for bed? First, I take a shower. A shower makes me feel clean and relaxed. The warm water is very soothing. Soothing means something that makes you calm and comfortable. After my shower, I put on my pajamas. Pajamas are the comfortable clothes you wear to sleep. I love my soft, cozy pajamas. Then I go to the bathroom again. I wash my face and brush my teeth. Yes, I brush my teeth again. You should brush your teeth 2 times a day, once in the morning and once before bed. After that, I go to my bedroom. The bedroom is the room where you sleep. I make sure my bedroom is comfortable, not too hot, not too cold. Before I sleep, I like to read for a little bit, maybe 15 or 20 minutes. I read a book or maybe an article on my phone, but I try not to use my phone too much before bed. Too much screen time can make it hard to sleep. Finally, I turn off the lights and go to sleep. I usually fall asleep around 10:30 or 11 p.m. Fall asleep means to start sleeping. And that's my evening routine. Simple, relaxing, and peaceful. Let's review the evening vocabulary. These words are perfect for talking about your nighttime routine. Evening, the time after afternoon, around 6 p.m. to bedtime. Example, I relax in the evening after work. Relax, to rest and feel calm. Example, I like to relax with a cup of tea. Dinner, the last meal of the day, usually in the evening. Example, we eat dinner together as a family. Clean the dishes, to wash plates, cups, and cooking tools. Example, after dinner, I clean the dishes. Free time, time when you can do what you want. Example, I read books in my free time. Unwind, to relax and let go of stress. Example, I unwind by watching my favorite TV show. Get ready for bed, to prepare for sleeping. Example, I get ready for bed at 10 p.m. Shower, to wash your body with water. Example, I take a shower every night. Pajamas, comfortable clothes you wear to sleep. Example, I put on my pajamas before bed. Fall asleep, to start sleeping. Example, I fall asleep quickly when I'm tired. Wonderful! You now have all the vocabulary you need to describe your complete daily routine in English. Now let's practice together. I'm going to ask you some questions about your daily routine. You can answer out loud or just think about your answers. This is good practice. Question 1. What time do you wake up in the morning? Question 2. What do you eat for breakfast? Question 3. What do you do in the afternoon? Question 4. What time do you eat dinner? Question 5. What do you do to relax in the evening? Question 6. What time do you go to bed? Great job! These are the kinds of questions people ask when they want to know about your daily routine. Let me give you a quick summary of what we learned today. We talked about 3 parts of the day: morning routine, wake up, stretch, wash your face, brush your teeth, get dressed, eat breakfast. Afternoon routine, work or study, take breaks, eat lunch, stay focused, have a snack if you need energy. Evening routine, make dinner, relax, enjoy free time, get ready for bed, take a shower, put on pajamas, fall asleep. Your daily routine helps you stay organized and healthy. Having a routine is good for your body and mind. Thank you so much for spending 30 minutes with me today. I hope you learned a lot of useful English words and phrases about daily routines. Remember, the best way to improve your English is to practice every day, just like your daily routine. A little bit every day makes a big difference. Tomorrow, try to think about your routine in English. When you wake up, think, I'm waking up. When you eat breakfast, think, I'm eating breakfast. This is a great way to practice. I upload new English lessons every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any lessons. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a comment and tell me, what's your favorite part of your daily routine? I love to hear from you. Thank you for learning with me. Keep practicing, keep learning, and I'll see you tomorrow for another English lesson. This is Sadie from the Artificial Fluency Podcast. Have a wonderful day and goodbye. Have you ever felt like you're stuck? Like you know you want to change something in your life, but you just don't know where to start? Maybe you want to get healthier, learn a new skill, or finally become fluent in English. But every time you think about it, it feels too big, too overwhelming, too impossible. Here's the thing. Most of us are waiting for something. We're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect feeling of motivation. But what if I told you that waiting is exactly what's keeping you stuck? Today, I'm going to share something with you that might genuinely change the way you think about your life, your goals, and even your English learning journey. And I know that sounds dramatic, but stay with me, because by the end of this conversation, you'll understand why small actions create big transformations. Hi, I'm Sadie, and welcome back to the Artificial Fluency Podcast. I upload new videos to our channel every day for you to learn and grow. Don't forget to support me so I can continue doing this. You can help me see our channel in front of more people by subscribing, becoming a member, liking, and commenting on each of my videos. Please don't forget to do these.
So let's talk about change. Real change. Not the kind of change where you make a New Year's resolution and forget about it by February. I'm talking about the kind of change that actually sticks, that actually transforms who you are and how you live. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that transformation happens overnight. We see someone who's fluent in English, or someone who's in great shape, or someone who has a successful business, and we think, wow, they must have had some big breakthrough moment. But that's not how it works. Big transformations don't happen overnight. They happen through small, consistent actions repeated over time. It's not about one huge decision. It's about the little changes we make every single day. Think about learning English. You didn't wake up one day and suddenly understand everything, right? It happened gradually, one word at a time, one conversation at a time, one lesson at a time. And here's the beautiful part. That same principle applies to every area of your life. There's a concept called the 1% rule. It says that if you improve by just 1% every day, you'll be 37 times better after 1 year. Let me say that again. 37 times better. Not by doing something huge and exhausting, but by improving just a tiny bit every single day. Imagine if you practice English for just 10 minutes every day. That doesn't sound like much, does it? But over a year, that's 60 hours of practice. Over 5 years, that's 300 hours. And suddenly, you're not a beginner anymore. You're having real conversations, watching movies without subtitles, maybe even dreaming in English. That's the power of small, consistent action. And it works for everything: your health, your relationships, your career, your happiness. But if change is that simple, why do so many of us stay stuck? Why do we start things and then quit? Why do we feel like we're spinning our wheels without moving forward? I think there are a few big reasons, and recognizing these reasons in yourself is the first step to breaking free. First, there's fear of failure. We ask ourselves, what if I try and fail? This fear is so powerful that it stops us before we even start. We'd rather not try at all than risk the disappointment of failing. But here's a question for you. What if you try and succeed? What if the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to take the first step? Second, we fall into the trap of negative self-talk. Have you ever caught yourself thinking things like, I'm not good at this, or I'll never be fluent in English, or I'm just not a motivated person? These thoughts are poison. They stop progress before it begins. The truth is, these beliefs aren't facts. They're just stories you've been telling yourself.
and stories can be rewritten. Third, we wait for motivation. This is a huge one. We think, I'll start when I feel motivated, or I'll begin when I'm ready. But motivation doesn't work that way. Motivation comes after you take action, not before. Let me say that again because it's so important. Motivation comes after action, not before. You don't wait to feel motivated. You take action and the motivation follows. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates more action. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Now, let's talk about something that controls everything: your mindset. There are two types of mindsets that psychologists talk about. The first is called a fixed mindset. This is when you believe your abilities are set in stone. You think, I'm just not a language person, or I'm not creative, or I've never been good at this, so I never will be. The second type is a growth mindset. This is when you believe you can develop your abilities through practice and effort. You think, I'm not good at this yet, but I can learn. Or, I'm improving every day. Or, every mistake is teaching me something. Can you see the difference? One mindset closes doors. The other opens them. And here's the amazing thing. Your brain believes whatever you tell it. There's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. It's like a filter that decides what information your brain pays attention to. If you tell yourself, I can't do this, your RAS will look for evidence to support that belief. You'll notice every mistake, every difficulty, every reason why it's not working. But if you tell yourself, I am improving every day, your RAS will look for evidence of that instead. You'll notice your progress, you'll celebrate small wins, and you'll see opportunities everywhere. Your brain is incredibly powerful, but it doesn't judge whether your thoughts are helpful or harmful. It just reinforces whatever you focus on. So you have to be very careful about what you feed your mind. How do you train your brain to work for you instead of against you? Here are 3 simple techniques. First, use affirmations. These are positive statements you repeat to yourself. Things like, I am capable of learning, or I am getting better every day, or I can do hard things. It might feel silly at first, but repetition rewires your brain. Second, practice visualization. This means imagining yourself succeeding. Close your eyes and see yourself having confident English conversations, or achieving your goal, or living the life you want. Your brain can't tell the difference between a vivid imagination and reality, so it tricks it into believing success is possible. Third, practice gratitude. Every day, identify 3 things that went well or 3 things you're grateful for. This trains your brain to look for the good instead of focusing on problems. These techniques might seem too simple to work, but I promise you they're powerful. Your mindset is the foundation of everything else. All right, let's talk about something that stops so many people: the need for perfection. Have you ever had a goal but thought, I need to wait until I have the perfect plan, or I need to feel completely ready before I start? If so, I have some news for you. You will never feel fully ready. You will never have a perfect plan. And waiting for perfection is just another form of staying stuck. There's a phrase I love: done is better than perfect. This means that taking action, even imperfect action, is always better than doing nothing at all. Let me give you a personal example. When I first started learning to speak confidently in another language, I was terrified of making mistakes. I would spend hours preparing what I wanted to say, and then when the moment came, I'd freeze. I was so focused on being perfect that I couldn't actually speak. But then I realized something. Every person who spoke that language fluently had made thousands of mistakes along the way. The only difference between them and me was that they had kept going. They had spoken imperfectly over and over until it became natural. So I made a decision. I stopped waiting to feel ready. I stopped trying to be perfect. I just started speaking, mistakes and all. And you know what happened? I got better. Not because I was perfect, but because I was consistent. The same thing applies to your English learning. You might think, I'll speak when my grammar is perfect, or I'll have conversations when my vocabulary is bigger. But that's backwards. You learn by doing, not by waiting to be ready. Progress doesn't require perfection. Progress requires action. And here's the secret. Confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes from taking action. You build confidence by doing the thing you're afraid of over and over until it's not scary anymore. So here's my challenge for you. Think of one thing you've been putting off because you don't feel ready. Maybe it's speaking English with a native speaker. Maybe it's starting a new habit. Maybe it's applying for a job or starting a project. Whatever it is, take one small step today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done.
Now I want to talk about something that many people overlook, your environment. There's a saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that for a moment. The people around you, the content you consume, the places you spend your time, all of these things shape who you become. If you surround yourself with people who complain all the time, who don't have goals, who tell you that your dreams are unrealistic, it's going to be very hard to stay motivated. Their negative energy will pull you down. But if you surround yourself with people who are positive, who are working toward goals, who encourage you and believe in you, you'll find it much easier to keep going. Their energy will lift you up. And it's not just about people. It's also about what you watch, what you read, what you listen to. If you spend hours every day watching negative news or scrolling through social media that makes you feel bad about yourself, that's going to affect your mindset. But if you fill your mind with inspiring content, podcasts like this one, books about growth, videos that teach you something useful, you'll start to think differently. Your environment programs your mind. So, how do you create a supportive environment? Here are some practical steps. First, add positive influences. Follow people on social media who inspire you. Read books by authors who challenge you to grow. Listen to podcasts that teach you something valuable. Join online communities of people who are learning English or working towards similar goals. Second, reduce negative exposure. This might mean spending less time with people who drain your energy. It might mean limiting your time on social media or turning off the news. It might mean saying no to activities that don't align with your goals. I know this can be difficult, especially with family or old friends. You don't have to cut people out of your life completely, but you can be strategic about how much time and energy you give to different relationships and activities. Your environment is one of the most powerful forces in your life. Don't underestimate it. Design your environment intentionally, and it will carry you toward your goals. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us.
Let's bring this all together and talk about habits. A habit is something you do regularly, almost automatically. Brushing your teeth is a habit. Checking your phone when you wake up is a habit. Having coffee in the morning is a habit. Habits are incredibly powerful because they don't require willpower or motivation. Once something becomes a habit, you do it without thinking. And that's exactly why habits are the key to transformation. If you want to change your life, you don't need to rely on motivation or willpower. You need to build better habits. And the best way to build habits is to start small. Remember the 1% rule? That applies to habits too. You don't need to study English for 3 hours every day to become fluent. You just need to practice for 10 minutes every day. You don't need to run a marathon tomorrow to get healthy. You just need to walk for 15 minutes today. Small habits are easy to start, easy to maintain, and over time, they compound into massive results. Let me share a real example. There was a person who wanted to become fluent in English, but they had a busy life. They couldn't commit to hours of study every day. So, instead, they made one small habit. They listened to an English podcast for 20 minutes during their commute to work. That's it, just 20 minutes a day. They didn't do grammar exercises, they didn't memorize vocabulary lists. They just listened consistently, every single day. After 6 months, something amazing happened. They started understanding movies without subtitles. They could follow conversations easily. Their pronunciation improved without them even trying, all from one tiny habit done consistently. This is the power of atomic habits, small, consistent actions that over time fundamentally change who you are. So here's my advice. Don't try to change everything at once. Don't set 10 goals and try to achieve them all in 1 month. Pick one habit, just one. Make it so small that it feels almost too easy, and commit to doing it every day for 30 days. Maybe it's practicing English for 5 minutes. Maybe it's reading 1 page of a book. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water when you wake up. Whatever it is, make it small, make it specific, and do it every day. After 30 days, that habit will feel natural, and then you can add another one. Slowly, steadily, one habit at a time, you'll transform your entire life.
Now, I want to connect all of this specifically to your English learning. Everything we've talked about today, the 1% rule, growth mindset, taking imperfect action, creating a supportive environment, building small habits, all of this applies directly to learning English. Maybe you've been learning English for months or even years, and sometimes you feel frustrated. You think, why isn't this easier? Why am I not fluent yet? But remember, language learning is not linear. You don't improve the same amount every day. Some days feel like progress. Some days feel like you're going backwards. But here's the truth. As long as you keep showing up, as long as you keep practicing, you are improving. Every conversation, every podcast episode, every mistake you make is teaching you something. Your brain is processing, connecting, building neural pathways. Even when you can't see it, you're growing. The key is consistency and patience. You can't force fluency. You can't rush it. You can only practice consistently and trust the process. And remember, done is better than perfect. Speak with mistakes. Write with errors. Listen to content that's a little too difficult. All of that is helping you improve. Also, pay attention to your environment. If you only use English in formal lessons, it's going to feel formal and stiff. But if you surround yourself with English by listening to podcasts like this one, watching shows, reading books, joining online communities, English will start to feel natural. Your English learning journey is part of your bigger life transformation. The discipline you build by practicing English every day carries over into other areas. The confidence you gain from having conversations in English will help you in your career, your relationships, your entire life. So don't just see English as a skill you're learning. See it as a practice ground for becoming the person you want to be. Before we wrap up, let's quickly review some important intermediate vocabulary from today's conversation.
These are words and phrases you can use in your own discussions about personal growth and change. Stuck. When you feel stuck, you feel like you can't move forward or make progress. You're in the same situation and don't know how to change it. Example, I felt stuck in my job, so I decided to learn new skills. Overwhelming. When something is overwhelming, it feels like too much to handle. It's so big or complicated that you don't know where to start. Example, learning a new language felt overwhelming at first, but I broke it into small steps. Compound. When things compound, they build on each other and grow larger over time. In our context, small improvements compound into big results. Example, if you save a little money each month, it will compound over time and become a large amount. Mindset. Your mindset is the way you think about things, your mental attitude. A growth mindset believes you can improve, while a fixed mindset believes you can't change. Example, changing my mindset from I can't to I can learn made a huge difference. Self-talk. Self-talk is the way you talk to yourself in your mind. It can be positive or negative. Example, my negative self-talk was holding me back, so I started using positive affirmations. Take action. To take action means to do something rather than just thinking or talking about it. It's about making a move toward your goal. Example, stop planning and take action. Even a small step is progress. Set in stone. When something is set in stone, it's fixed and can't be changed. We use this phrase to describe beliefs that people think are permanent. Example, your abilities are not set in stone. You can always improve with practice. These are all useful expressions for talking about personal development, motivation, and change. Try to use them in your own conversations this week. We've covered a lot today. The power of small daily improvements, the importance of mindset, taking imperfect action, creating a supportive environment, building tiny habits that lead to big transformations. But here's the thing. None of this matters if you don't actually do it. Information without action is just entertainment. You can listen to 1,000 podcasts about change, but if you don't change your daily actions, nothing in your life will change. So I want you to make a commitment right now. Think of one small thing, just one, that you can do today to move toward the life you want. Maybe it's practicing English for 10 minutes. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's reaching out to someone who inspires you. Whatever it is, do it today. Not tomorrow, today. Because that one small action will create momentum. And momentum creates more action. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. You just need to take that first step, and then the next one, and then the next one. Your life can change. Your English can improve. Your dreams can become reality. But it all starts with the decision to take action today. Thank you so much for spending these 30 minutes with me. I hope this conversation inspired you, challenged you, and reminded you that transformation is possible for anyone willing to show up consistently. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's the one small habit you're going to start today? Share it with our community. Let's support each other on this journey. And remember, I upload new videos every single day to help you improve your English and grow as a person. So subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you tomorrow for another conversation. Keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep taking action. You've got this. This is Sadie from the Artificial Fluency Podcast. Until next time, believe in yourself and your ability to change. See you in the next episode. Have you ever wondered why some people can understand English perfectly but struggle to speak it? Or maybe you've noticed that you know all the words, But when it's time to talk, your mind goes blank. Well, today I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful techniques to break through that barrier. It's called shadowing, and it's going to change the way you learn English. Hi, I'm Sadie, and welcome back to the Artificial Fluency Podcast. I upload new videos to our channel every day for you to learn and grow. Don't forget to support me so I can continue doing this. You can help me see our channel in front of more people by subscribing, becoming a member, liking, and commenting on each of my videos. Please don't forget to do these. Today's episode is all about shadowing practice. Now, if you've never heard of shadowing before, don't worry. By the end of this lesson, you'll not only understand what it is, but you'll also have practiced it multiple times. And trust me, this technique is a game changer for fluency. So, what exactly is shadowing? Shadowing is a language learning technique where you listen to someone speaking and immediately repeat what they say, almost at the same time. It's like being their shadow, following them closely and mimicking their words, their rhythm, their intonation, everything. Think of it this way. When you were a child learning your first language, you didn't study grammar rules. You listened to the people around you and copied them. You repeated sounds, words, and sentences until they became natural. Shadowing brings back that natural learning process. The beauty of shadowing is that it trains multiple skills at once. While you're doing it, you're improving your listening comprehension, your pronunciation, your speaking speed, and your natural rhythm in English, all at the same time. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Sadie, isn't this just repeating? I've done that before. Well, yes and no. Shadowing is different because you're not waiting for the speaker to finish. You're speaking almost simultaneously, matching their pace, their tone, and their emotion. This creates a flow, a natural rhythm that gets embedded in your brain. And here's the best part. Shadowing works for all levels. Whether you're a beginner or advanced, this technique will help you sound more natural and confident. Let me explain why shadowing is so effective. Your brain learns language through patterns. When you shadow someone, you're training your brain to recognize and produce English patterns automatically. You're not translating in your head. You're not thinking about grammar rules. You're just flowing with the language. Shadowing also improves what we call muscle memory for speaking. Your mouth, your tongue, your vocal cords, they all need to learn the physical movements of English sounds. The more you shadow, the more natural these movements become. Plus, shadowing helps you develop better listening skills. When you try to repeat what someone says immediately, you have to focus intensely on every word, every sound. This deep focus improves your ability to understand fast, natural English. And finally, shadowing builds confidence. When you practice speaking along with someone, you're not alone. You have a guide. This takes away the pressure and fear of making mistakes. You're just following along, and before you know it, you're speaking English fluently and naturally. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Now that you know what shadowing is and why it works, let me give you some tips on how to do it effectively. First, choose the right material. You want something that's at your level or slightly above it. If it's too easy, you won't learn much. If it's too difficult, you'll get frustrated. For today's practice, I've created a conversation that works for most learners. Second, listen first. Before you start shadowing, listen to the conversation once or twice without repeating. Just focus on understanding the meaning, the context, and the overall flow. Third, start slow. When you begin shadowing, don't worry about keeping up perfectly. It's okay to be a little behind. The goal is to match the rhythm and sounds as closely as you can. Fourth, repeat, repeat, repeat. Shadowing isn't a one-time thing. You need to practice the same material multiple times. Each time you do it, you'll get better. Your mouth will get more comfortable with the sounds, and your brain will process the patterns faster. And finally, be patient with yourself. Shadowing can feel awkward at first. You might stumble over words or lose your place. That's completely normal. Everyone goes through this. Just keep practicing and you'll see improvement.
All right, now let's get into today's practice. I've prepared a conversation between two friends, Maya and Jason. They're talking about planning a weekend trip to the mountains. This conversation is realistic, natural, and full of everyday expressions that you can use in your own conversations. We'll go through it in stages. First, you'll listen to understand. Then we'll break down some key vocabulary. After that, we'll practice shadowing together. Are you ready? Let's begin. Just relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the conversation. Hey Jason, have you thought about our weekend trip yet? I'm so excited. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I'm excited too, but I'm a little worried about the weather. Did you check the forecast? I did. It looks like it might rain on Saturday morning, but it should clear up by the afternoon. I think we'll be fine. That's good to hear. So, what time do you want to leave on Friday evening? I was thinking around 5 or 6 p.m. after work. That way we can avoid the worst of the traffic. We should get there by 8 or 9 p.m. Sounds perfect. And where exactly are we staying? Did you book that cabin you mentioned? Yes, I booked it last week. It's right by the lake and it has a beautiful view of the mountains. You're going to love it. That sounds amazing. What should I bring? Do I need hiking boots or anything special? Definitely bring hiking boots if you have them. And bring warm clothes. It gets pretty cold in the mountains at night. Oh, and don't forget your camera. The scenery is incredible. Got it. Hiking boots, warm clothes, and camera. Anything else? Just bring your sense of adventure. We're going to have such a great time. I've been looking forward to this all month. Me too. It's been way too long since we've done something like this. I can't wait to disconnect from work and just relax in nature. Exactly. No emails, no phone calls, just us, the mountains, and fresh air. It's going to be perfect. All right, I'm all in. Let me know if you need me to bring anything else. See you Friday. See you Friday. This is going to be epic.
Great. Now let's break down some important vocabulary from that conversation. These are phrases and expressions you can use in your own daily English. First, check the forecast. When we check the forecast, we're looking at the weather prediction for the coming days. The forecast tells us if it will rain, snow, or be sunny. Example sentence. Before we go to the beach, let's check the forecast to make sure it won't rain. Second, clear up. When weather clears up, it means the clouds go away and the weather becomes better. The rain or storms stop. Example sentence.
It was cloudy this morning, but it should clear up by noon. Third, avoid the worst of the traffic. This phrase means trying not to drive during the busiest times when there are lots of cars on the road. We try to leave earlier or later to avoid sitting in traffic jams. Example sentence. Let's leave at 10 a.m. to avoid the worst of the traffic on the highway. Fourth, get cold. When something gets cold, the temperature drops and it becomes uncomfortable. We use this for weather, rooms, or food. Example sentence. Bring a jacket. It gets cold in the evenings. Fifth, look forward to. When you look forward to something, you're excited about it and can't wait for it to happen. It's something you've been anticipating with joy. Example sentence. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I really need a break. Sixth, disconnect from. To disconnect from something means to separate yourself from it, to take a break. We often use this with technology or work. Example sentence. I need to disconnect from social media for a while and focus on real life. Seventh, I'm all in. This is a casual expression that means I'm completely committed, or I agree 100%. It comes from poker, where you bet all your chips. Example sentence. You want to start a study group? I'm all in. These are all natural, everyday expressions. Try to use them in your own conversations this week. Now comes the fun part, shadowing practice. We're going to go through the conversation again, but this time I want you to speak along with me. Don't be shy. Even if you're listening in public, you can whisper. The important thing is to move your mouth and try to match my rhythm and intonation. We'll do this in two ways. First, you'll shadow Maya's parts while I speak as Jason. Then we'll switch, and you'll shadow Jason's parts while I speak as Maya. Remember, it's okay if you can't keep up perfectly. Just do your best. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Are you ready? Let's start with Maya's part. You'll be Maya, and I'll be Jason. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. All right, you're Maya. Speak along with me. Hey, Jason, have you thought about our weekend trip yet? I'm so excited. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I'm excited too, but I'm a little worried about the weather. Did you check the forecast? I did. It looks like it might rain on Saturday morning, but it should clear up by the afternoon. I think we'll be fine. That's good to hear. So, what time do you want to leave on Friday evening? I was thinking around 5 or 6 p.m. after work. That way we can avoid the worst of the traffic. We should get there by 8 or 9 p.m.? Sounds perfect. And where exactly are we staying? Did you book that cabin you mentioned? Yes, I booked it last week. It's right by the lake, and it has a beautiful view of the mountains. You're going to love it. That sounds amazing. What should I bring? Do I need hiking boots or anything special? Definitely bring hiking boots if you have them, and bring warm clothes. It gets pretty cold in the mountains at night. Oh, and don't forget your camera. The scenery is incredible. Got it. Hiking boots, warm clothes, and camera. Anything else? Just bring your sense of adventure. We're going to have such a great time. I've been looking forward to this all month. Me too. It's been way too long since we've done something like this.
I can't wait to disconnect from work and just relax in nature. Exactly. No emails, no phone calls, just us, the mountains, and fresh air. It's going to be perfect. All right, I'm all in. Let me know if you need me to bring anything else. See you Friday. See you Friday. This is going to be epic.
Excellent work. How did that feel? If you found it challenging, that's completely normal. Your brain is working hard to process the sounds, meanings, and rhythm all at once. Now, let's switch roles. This time, you'll be Jason and I'll be Maya. Remember to match my speed and tone as closely as you can. Let's go.
You're Jason now. Shadow me. Hey, Jason. Have you thought about our weekend trip yet? I'm so excited. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I'm excited too, but I'm a little worried about the weather. Did you check the forecast? I did. It looks like it might rain on Saturday morning, but it should clear up by the afternoon. I think we'll be fine. That's good to hear. So, what time do you want to leave on Friday evening? I was thinking around 5 or 6 p.m. after work. That way we can avoid the worst of the traffic. We should get there by 8 or 9 p.m. Sounds perfect. And where exactly are we staying? Did you book that cabin you mentioned? Yes, I booked it last week. It's right by the lake and it has a beautiful view of the mountains. You're going to love it. That sounds amazing. What should I bring? Do I need hiking boots or anything special? Definitely bring hiking boots if you have them, and bring warm clothes. It gets pretty cold in the mountains at night. Oh, and don't forget your camera. The scenery is incredible. Got it. Hiking boots, warm clothes, and camera. Anything else? Just bring your sense of adventure. We're going to have such a great time. I've been looking forward to this all month. Me too. It's been way too long since we've done something like this. I can't wait to disconnect from work and just relax in nature. Exactly. No emails, no phone calls, just us, the mountains, and fresh air. It's going to be perfect. All right, I'm all in. Let me know if you need me to bring anything else. See you Friday. See you Friday. This is going to be epic. Amazing! You just completed a full shadowing practice session. Give yourself a pat on the back because this isn't easy, but you did it. Now, here's my advice for you. Come back to this video tomorrow and do the whole thing again, and then do it again the next day, and the day after that. I know this might sound repetitive, but that's exactly the point. Repetition is how your brain learns to speak automatically. When you shadow the same conversation multiple times, those words, those phrases, that rhythm, they all become part of you. They become automatic. You'll notice that each time you practice, it gets a little easier. The words flow more naturally, your pronunciation gets clearer, your confidence grows. And remember, shadowing isn't just about this one conversation. You can shadow anything. Movies, TV shows, podcasts, other YouTube videos. Find content you enjoy and practice shadowing it. The more you do it, the more fluent you'll become. Also, don't stress about perfection. Native speakers make mistakes all the time. We mumble, we pause, we say and.
The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be natural, confident, and understood. Thank you so much for spending these 30 minutes with me today. I really hope you found this shadowing practice helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Tell me how it felt. Was it challenging? Did you enjoy it? What other conversations would you like to shadow? And remember, I upload new videos every single day to help you improve your English. So make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you never miss a lesson. Learning English is a journey, not a race. Some days will feel easy, and some days will feel hard. But as long as you keep showing up and keep practicing, you will improve. I promise you that. Shadowing is one of the most powerful tools in your English learning toolkit. Use it often, use it consistently, and watch your fluency soar. Until tomorrow, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself. You're doing great. This is Sadie from the Artificial Fluency Podcast. See you in the next episode.